Hey guys, Coach Hunter here coming at you with Clint helping me out today building on the neo knot. So now that we've established that position, what do we do with it? Well, there's a lot of things we can do. We get into a bunch of those options over the course of the next few videos. Today I want to show a unique submission that's available from the neo knot that I think is really neat. It's a lot of fun. And also we're going to cover a different entry. Why? Because, well, that way we get a lot of different entries for you. And you can see that for anything that you're good at, the point you should be really thinking about, of course, is mastering that skill. Like if you find that, guard is something you enjoy, the trick is not becoming good at everything else necessarily. It's learning how to connect everything else to what you're good at, your A game. Learning how to connect everything in your game to your guard, say, or to your front headlock position, or to your Kimura trap, if that's something that you're really good at. And then once you know how to go from anywhere to where you know you can win, that gives you a lot of confidence no matter where a fight takes you. So let's go ahead and get into it, guys. So I'm going to start actually with the guard already. And this is going to be more of an MMA focused or self-defense focused entry, but my opponent is going to throw like a big punch at me. I'm going to block, first blocking my head, and as I do so I'm pulling my knees in and then wrapping his arm. Okay, so I may have to eat that punch. It's pretty common, but I'm in a bad position as it is. I think in fighting, guard is not a great place to be, but now that I have this overhook, I have a lot of control. Okay, I'm going to try to advance my position, because if I just sit here with holding his arm, he's eventually going to start posturing. He can use the other hand to like pull himself out and drop shots. Ooh, cheeky. So he throws that punch again. I'm blocking and pulling him in, wrapping his arm, like so. You notice I'm already kind of working onto my hip. That's kind of instinctive. But I'm basically going to start shrimping out. If I need the mat, I'm going to use that to get out to my hip. And once I'm over here, of course, we have options just from the overhook. But I'm also going to bring my leg up and encircle his arm for the neo knot. Okay, right here. Okay. What I like about this as well is that from an MMA context, if we're both shirtless and sweaty, because that happens after about the first minute, you get very slippery. What I like about this position is that I'm really encircling this limb with as much of my body as possible, and all my control is really mechanical. It's not due to friction, so I don't have to worry about him being super slippery as much, okay? So, right from here, guys, the next transition is going to be taking my top hand, reaching down to his collarbone, so getting this kind of meat hook grip right there, okay? So for my palm-to-palm position, I transfer to this meat hook, gripping his collarbone or anything in here I can, okay? My hand that was on bottom is gonna roll under his jawline. It's super important I do it this way, because if I just reach around his head, he has access to my hand, he can block it, for one. Two, it tends to put my forearm on his jawline, on his face, which is not a very effective way to go here. It's gonna be more painful for him, but not an effective choke. As someone who's tough, he's gonna take that, okay? It's not gonna be effective. So, my hand goes from palm to palm, I roll to my meat hook, the other hand rolls, this little rolling movement under his jawline, and I grip my own shin. Now if I can, I'll grip my own forearm here. You can see it already is tight. I'll show the finishing mechanic. But for me, since I have shorter arms, often I can just kind of get fingertips here. So instead I just go to kind of a karate chop hand or a fist, right? I'm gonna take my bottom arm and straighten it out and extend my top arm as well into his neck for the finish, okay? If I had a figure four, it'd be extension of both. Okay, so I'm taking my bottom arm, I'm gripping my shin, extending my elbow to the ceiling. My other hand is either pressing in like a karate chop into the neck, or gripping my forearm and just extending, adding that pressure inward. Okay, so from the punch block, he throws the punch, I block, wrap, get to my hip. Okay, going under, getting my neo knot right from here. So from here, my transition hand to the meat hook, swim underneath, get to my own forearm, leg forearm, my shin, and extend, get the tap, okay? A couple times. On that one, I went right there, try not to skip. One more time. So this is something like an Ezekiel choke, if you do the gi, where we have, instead of using our sleeves to create the fulcrum on which my arms are extending into the neck, we're using our own shin. Okay, it's a unique position because usually that kind of grip we need some kind of material, but what's nice is that we don't need any of that there. And I think it's an effective choke, and often will lead people to make secondary moves that we can exploit. So try it out, guys. Of course, if you're working at home, make sure your training partners are willing. Don't choke your dog, please. And see how it works for you. And guys, as always, like this video, subscribe to our channel to see all of our content, and stay safe, stay healthy. I'll see you on the mats.